the reason I want to talk about it, I want to talk about these BOA setups. And this is sick, man. If you are old like I am, been riding snowboard boots since felt liners and Sorels and things you'd screw into your heels to keep your board binding. Anyway, I want to talk about this stuff, and I love it. I didn't think I would. Bought this boot. It's minimal, but man, this boot transformed it all for me. But these BOA systems is what I want to talk about. Inside the boot here, and you can see I've made some adjustments here, but here and here, where the cable goes into the boot, what happens is, depending on, I mean, he's got fat ankles, you're not sweating it, but I'm a pretty skinny guy, I got skinny ankles, and when you're tightening up this boot like this, and the liner's in there, and you're cranking down the BOA, the tongue, the outer boot tongue, catches these things, and they're pretty damn serious amount of plastic right there. And what happens, and it happened to this boot on a warm day, because the other boot didn't have the issues. This is a pair to it. It did a little bit. You can see it. That's some binding. No, this never had it. But this boot, and see where this is right here. What happens is as you're cranking that down, that tongue catches that, and you can see right where it's at, and it bows it out. And when that happened to these boots, I was so bummed. That immediately takes out. You can see it took out some of the rigidity. Even holding that in, it gets tighter, but collapses. Anyway, so that's the thing that happens, right? And when I got my second pair, these kind of wore out. These are still my favorite boot, but this is exactly the same boot. And when I got these, I did that modification immediately. Never had a problem with the tongues hanging on the receiver points inside the boots. So these actually lasted about a season longer than those did. So I just started doing this boot, and the reason I have this camera out is because I thought some people ought to know what the fuck is going on here. And maybe even Vans should know what the fuck is going on here. So anyway, I already started on this boot, and I got my camera, and yeah, you damage the inside, you damage this liner material, but that's not structural material. It's just material, and it's designed to help the tongue slip over that, right? But it doesn't. They want it to, but it doesn't. And here, I'll just give you an example of a fresh boot. Like that top one's done, but that's the second one down, and there's a third one, and it catches too. And this is on both sides. You know, that doesn't not catch. It's a deal. You know. Anyway, so how I do this, you got to open up the boot, explode it as much as you can, and then you bend the material out. Be like a cobbler, you know. Don't be a pussy about it. Get the cables out of the way, and get in there and grind that son of a bitch out so it's smooth. Like this. You want to try to keep that cable out of the way a little bit. I wish I had better light. I wonder if my boot feels like my dentist does, or I do when I go to the dentist. Doesn't take much. It's just that little sanding piece. That fucker is gone. Alright, that one's gone, that one's gone. Just gotta do that one right there. And then that boot, when I tighten it, it'll slide over that. And I'm still catching somewhere. Catching right there. But that's soft material, so that'll be fine. Anyway, that's what you should do. That's what I wanted to show you. Grind those fucking things down so they don't catch. So they're nice and smooth. Alright? I don't know. It's nice and smooth. That way, when you tighten this thing up, it'll slide over. And it won't catch. You gotta put your finger in there to find out. But anyway, I hope this helps some people.